Hello and welcome to another daily dose of insights powered by Container Exchange. My name is Christian, and every other day we bring to you the key news, stories, and data points that move container markets and hence your business. You've made it. It's the end of the week. It's Friday, and that means it's Fundamentals Friday here at Container Exchange. Let me quickly share my screen to give you a little bit more guidance on what we're talking about. Three main headlines I want to highlight. Number one, Textainer just released latest results, and they're very, very positive. Utilization is still high. Return of lease containers is slowing down, and container resale prices are holding up. Overall, Textainer reports that increased vessel capacity is being utilized by the carriers by adding additional vessels into each of their loops and slowing down all of the vessels. So on a loop where they had 10 or 11 vessels deployed, they would just add one more and essentially reduce the speeds of all of those 12 vessels then. And of course, that increases container turnaround times and increases the effective demand for container equipment. And that's what's causing a high degree of optimism here on the lessor side. Second highlight or second headline that I want to highlight is the latest proposed rule changes to the OSRA, the Ocean Shipping Reform Act, by the FMC. Remember, after or during COVID, there was a high degree of criticism on the carriers' rule setting with regards to demurrage retention and declines of export shipments from US customers in order to instead return empty containers to Asia as fast as possible. And so the FMC got involved and are now introducing more changes to that act, including requiring carriers to file an annual export policy, including sort of detailed information about their pricing strategy, service offerings, why they accept or decline which cargo, etc. And of course, the carriers are very upset here. First, this adds a significant degree of bureaucracy and additional effort to their books or to their processes. But at the same time, also, you have to ask yourself something that has worked very, very well to the benefit of consumers over the past 50 or 60 years with the competitive pressures in the container shipping industry, really pushing down ocean freight rates and container prices to levels that made essentially globalization possible. Why is that trend suddenly trying to be regulated by the FMC, by a government agency? Also, my opinion, I don't think that's the right approach. We've already seen that after congestion went away, competitive pressures were again at works, and prices have come down to COVID or pre-COVID levels. So I don't think the FMC should worry too much here, but of course it's difficult to roll that all back and say, okay, now actually the markets do work again. Let's stop all of this. And then the last headline that I want to highlight here. WCI, so the World Container Index by Drewry, reports that spot rates continue to improve, especially trans-Pacific, but also transatlantic. The rate slide that we've seen over the past couple of weeks has now been halted, and we've seen relatively stable rates. So that's positive news. But at the same time, long-term freight rates hit a 2-year low, and these are figures from Zeneta, and that's quite simply because carriers have been waiting for an uptick in demand, in volumes from peak season. Peak season hasn't really appeared, so volumes haven't really ticked up. And so the negotiations with shippers and BCOs are still dragging on, and the demand side still has all the trump cards in their hands in order to push prices lower. With the arrival of new vessel capacity, we mentioned it on the Textainer headline, that will even push down prices more, especially for long-term rates, as the supply-demand balance continues to worsen for the supply side. That's it from me for today. Thanks for tuning in. Have a fantastic start into the weekend, and see you all on Monday. Take care.